Dustin Poirier will take Benoit Saint Denis to fucking school. Yes, I'm standing on business. I wholeheartedly believe Dustin Poirier will show levels. He's still that guy. And I can't believe, y'all, the MMA community is allowing BSD to be the favorite. Look, I understand this guy is dangerous. He is the new breed. But man, this is Dustin Poirier, the best of the current guard, or the old guard now. I believe he still got it. There hasn't been any signs of him slowing down or anything. So, let's break this down. First, I would like to look at what the hype is all about. BSD's game. So BSD is a southpaw. He loves to spam kicks on the open side. So body kicks, head kicks with that rear leg against open stance matchup. So that's when his opponent is orthodox and BSD is a southpaw. So he's a southpaw. He swarms with his hands, pretty open, but he's a decent wrestler, but he is a great grappler. Like, I'm going to be real. His grappling is really good, top level. I do think right now at his young age, he is an elite fighter because he has other qualities too. We're not even done it there. The grappling is great. The wrestling is pretty decent, but the thing that makes his wrestling good and helps synergize his grappling is he's a workhorse. He keeps going for the takedowns, which will be a problem for DP. But his best quality is obviously his freaking heart. I don't know how he did not quit against ZDS. But if you know him, he's a freaking spec op. So, like, of course he's not going to quit. So this guy, I know for sure that you have to kill him. And that just makes it a tough fight. So overall, a very good game. Very good style to contend with the diamond. Keyword contend. I still think DP wins. Reason number one is because of the close stance matchup. Benoit is a southpaw. But did you guys forget that Dustin Poirier is a freaking southpaw too? So both Dustin and Benoit will be having a close stance matchup. So that will take away one of the key weapons of BSD. And that's that open side rear kick. That is where I see almost all of BSD's success on the feet in all of his previous fights. Slamming body kicks, scoring points, adding up damage, and opening up a kick to the head. But because Dustin is a southpaw, he'll take that away. So it's going to be pretty hard to see what BSD is going to do on the feet with that favorite kick being heavily nerfed. A close stance matchup isn't like a total loss for him, but Dustin Poirier has a calf kick, a mean calf kick. It worked very well against McGregor. Now, to be fair, McGregor does have weak ass calves. I don't know how he was hobbling and limping after a couple calf kicks. I mean, calf kicks are super effective, but I don't think that we're going to see BSD freaking hobbling around like a little goblin. But it will help out DP a lot. It's going to make the striking much more easier for him. And it's going to make the wrestling much more harder for BSD. And also with the hands, Dustin Poirier can switch stance. But what he really likes to do is that overhand shift combo, which is very effective against literally the best strikers in the world. And I can see that confusing BSD, and I can see him catching Benoit off guard. Number two, the counter striking. Dustin has much better boxing, and BSD is very open in the boxing exchanges. It's evident in every single fight. And there's plenty of evidence of Dustin just sniping guys, counter-striking them in boxing exchanges, like literally all of his fights. Chandler, Connor, very good examples. That check hook is money. The jab, the left straight. I just love how educated Dustin is in the boxing and his hands. He can double pump the jab, followed up with the overhand, go to the body, firing a left straight down the pipe, but not spamming it and mixing it up with his other weapons. The tempo, the rhythm, the variety, Dustin is much better on the feet. Number three, Dustin Poirier can get up. His BJJ is underrated. I'm not saying it's like Charles Oliveira levels, but it is good enough. Never seen Dustin Poirier get ragdolled. Yes, guys have put a pace on him, but that's Habib. We're talking about Habib. And Dustin has a very good system. It's that classic signature ATT wall work that works against everyone. It's just that Habib, when he used it, I mean, Habib's fighting style is literally just mat return until the guy gets tired and then choke them out. And are you going to really tell me that Benoit has that kind of pace and or that kind of wrestling? Like, yeah, BSD is a very good grappler, but he's not that good of a wrestler as Habibi. And again, about ATT, besides the incredible system that they made about working against the wall, he got the best training partners, Mateusz Gamrot. When I think about wrestling pace, the only person that comes closest to Habibi is Gamrot. He is an incredible training partner for Dustin, great grappling like Benoit. Arguably, maybe even better wrestling than Benoit, or at least the same. But the pace, I've seen Gamrot put on a better pace than Benoit, like in almost all of his fights. So that is my case for why Dustin wins. But I gotta be fair, there is a chance for BSD to win. Obviously, it's a freaking high level fight. BSD can certainly win, and he can win by mixing it up. He needs to swarm, but he has to level change. He obviously can't swarm DP before he gets sniped. I can really see it working for him if he gets Dustin Poirier whiffing counters at air when he's level changing after swarming DP against defense. Swarm, level change, duck the counter, take Dustin Poirier down, and have him work back up to his feet and keep grinding on him. That is his goal. The cardio, the relentless takedowns, and just sticking to the clinch, racking up control time, or just catching a submission. And maybe he could bait Dustin into jumping another fucking stupid ass guillotine. That is definitely a viable strategy, and I do not see in any universe where Dustin will finish jumping a guillotine on Benoit and working. I will cease to exist if Dustin, for his first time ever pulling off that guillotine, works on Benoit, because Benoit is great in the grappling. But I still believe DP wins at the end of the day. I stand on business. DP is going to just take this man to school on the feet, defend the takedowns, and just beat his ass. Maybe in the second, but maybe in the first. It's a close fight, but I just can't believe that. You guys, the MMA community has Benoit favored over Dustin. Dustin has proven himself time and time again, and there isn't any significant evidence that he is declining. Maybe he's not at his peak. Maybe he's not a 94 overall fighter like he was in his peak. Maybe he's a 92. That's still good enough. But looking at the arguments, I'm gonna have to fucking destroy these. Dustin has never finished anyone early, so he's not dangerous early. And that is where Dustin's key to success is. Bro, Dustin Poirier in 4 of his last 5 fights have significantly hurt his opponents in the first round. Knocked out Conor in the rematch in the second. Stunned him in the trilogy. Dropped Chandler and had him saved by the bell in the first. Dropped Charles in the first. And was tagging him with good shots. Charles is better than Benoit on the feet. Like, come on. Finished Eddie in the second. KO'd Green in the first. Like, really? Come on, man. Too easy. Argument number 2. BSD got that spec ops heart. That's true, but heart doesn't win fights alone. Like, okay, like Dustin Poirier doesn't have heart. Like, Dustin didn't have like wars all throughout his careers. Hooker, Max, Justin, Eddie, Pettis. This man got heart too. And maybe some people are saying, which is linked to argument number 3, DP don't want it, man. He's washed. He don't got that heart. Ain't no way he's going to be training for wrestling. He only wants money fights. One, there's no evidence that DP is slowing down or washed. Okay, this isn't like Tony Ferguson. Tony was already showing signs in the Cowboy fight before his loss. In the Pettis fight too. DP in his last fight against Justin, it looked like a regular Dustin, but Justin just had a really good setup and just knocked him out. Like, let's not act like Justin's one of the best strikers ever. Okay, like, come on now. And I just don't believe that Dustin will sign this fight with BSD, train with Gamrot, and just be like, I just don't feel like fighting. Like, what the fuck? No way do I believe that Dustin is just gonna go in there and just give us a half-ass performance. No way. So 1, he's not even washed, and 2, if he's not even washed and he's still in pretty good shape, still like an above 90 overall fighter, he obviously doesn't want to lose. Like, who the hell wants to lose? I promise you, he will dig deep. But I know if he does lose, he's gonna go with the excuse 101 every single fighter use. Oh, I just didn't feel like myself. Oh, I need to reconnect with myself. So To be fair, I do get what you guys are saying if he does lose and he makes up the excuse. But in the middle of the fight, you know, Dustin's going to be digging deep. Like, come on now. No way you're going to sign a fight against a killer, train with a killer, and then go out in front of the world on pay-per-view, co-main 5 round, you know, one of the most popular fighters ever, and just freaking lose. Just accept the L. Like, no way. So my logic is better. I just destroyed all these arguments like nothing. If you still have arguments, let me know in the comments. I will happily debate you in the comments. But standing on business, I'm telling you right now, Dustin will show levels to Benoit. Trust me. TKO Justin Gaethje style in the first 2 rounds. Thank you for watching.